Okay, so what are you cooking for breakfast?
Lasagna, spaghetti.
Oh, spaghetti? For breakfast?
Yes.
Ooh, spaghetti for breakfast.
Somewhere I read someone got the best play of all time. Well, I claim to be prepared for the best vlog ever. Today, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, as the recording of this February 9, 2023, being respectful to David Lynch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I've read reviews, people, some of my actor friends and stuff, they had been in the best play of all time. And then it becomes stand-up comedy, you know. No one knows what Oedipus Rex was like when Sophocles wrote it, and it was in the city of Dionysus. No one was there. There was no video cameras. We don't know how good Streetcar Named Desire with Marlon Brando was. We just don't know. It wasn't really videotaped to my knowledge. Boy, if it was, I'd be watching it. It wasn't. I don't think so. If it was, leave a comment. The movie was. The movie was. Elia Kazan, but not the play, the Broadway play. We don't know about the best play. It could have been Mutu Courage, performed by Pascal High School, director John Templin, Cole Spivey as the cook, Rob Bosquez as the priest character, and Elizabeth George as Mutu Courage. Also Bethany Coffey as the daughter, Katrin. Who know? You don't know. You don't know. You don't know what the best play is. These people that claim the best play of all time. The best play. And also another thing, I mean, Laurence Olivier did a lot of plays too, you know. It's hard to say. I like the fact that you go to the theater and they say, turn off all recording devices. And they sometimes get photos. And then sometimes the director, the art director, or the director will record their own version of the play. But they don't want, you don't go into a Broadway play with a video camera sitting there. You're gonna get kicked out, you know, big time of that production. And I've seen people. I was in a play, Hip Pocket. We were in the play. It was called Girls from Girdleville Greet Men in BVDs. Well, probably maybe one of the best plays of all time. And these guys came in with a video camera. It was one guy was named Ben and Toby. There were guys that experimented with herb. But they had a VHS video camera, like, you know, back in, this was like 1994 or something, summer. And they had this video camera coming in, they sat down, they had the video camera. The director walked up to him, you two, out. This was a guy that was in the Navy, you know. The art director was a Navy guy. He's also known to be quite the rascal. Like, he, you know, and they left the theater. He did not invite them back to the play. They could not return. Because they thought they were going to sit there in video camera. They really liked it. And they were laughing at it and stuff. And they're like comedians. They did a lot of their own little VHS stuff. I don't know if it'll air on YouTube, but they did stuff where they were like naked on a horse and stuff, you know. But we don't know, do we, Kitty? The best play ever. Linda bought me this shirt. This is a new shirt I'm wearing. Appropriate. She's in the shower. And this is kind of my intro. So I will eventually be dropping food at your doorstep. And I think Linda's going in for an interview. Now, the play that I wrote, which I presented, or I'm about to present in just a minute, you can see, this is the cat condo that's in the play. Here, let me just knock this off this way. There we go. Kitty. Yes, sir. Okay, that's the cat condo that's in the play. I mentioned two-story cat condo. It's not very big, about the size of this. You can see it right here. It's in the actual play. I wrote it in as a carpeted two-story condo that's in the actual, as part of the set. I went ahead and added that. I try to keep it minimal though. And Kitty's investigating the box that it came in. It's basically Kitty's condo. It's the two-story condo. Here, Kitty's. Well, he's playing. I was gonna get him in the shot, but he crawled to safety. I'm getting this angle over here. Well, it went off for a minute, so I was going to get the song on it, but you're very quick on that. The whole world is watching, Kitty. You're sitting on my printer. The whole world. Yeah, you should look that way. Like maybe you're gonna try to take a poop. You do that on the cat box or inside of the cat litter box. Stop looking at the mouse. It's not a real mouse. It was invented by computer geeks. The rumor at a pharmacy. It was some kind of soap box or something. No, it was a box for deodorant. The prototype was. He made it in a pharmacy before he presented it to Microsoft or whoever, Radio Shack or whoever used it. Don't look at it. It's not real. It's a fake mouse. People used to use them back in the 90s. There you go, Kitty. Right before the light, like Bergman. Like the Swedish director, Ingmar Bergman. Give me a monologue. Something about death and playing chess. Sitting on my printer. Can't you say a word, Kitty? You're so quiet. Why, Kitty? The friendly fighter airplanes flying through the air at Mach speed or more. Kitty wonders, what is that sound? The sound of the sky flying around in an airplane. La la la, la la la. Look at Kitty, look. He plays. He plays with his eyes. He invites you. I am the werewolf Kitty. Gary Oldman, would you be in my werewolf movie? Absolutely. Look at Kitty. Playing with feast and jolly. It's like, get your hands off of me. I am a tuxedo Kitty. How dare you? How dare you do this to me? Give me 5. I didn't say give me bite. There, give me 5. That's a good Kitty. You learned. Try it again. Give me 5. Give me 5. Oh, ow. That's not 5. What is that, Kitty? That is not 5 at all. That looked like a bite. You were, Kitty. You're a were, Kitty. In my were vlog. Look at that cat. Do something, Kitty. Do. How about a 5? Don't be insulted. Get into your cat condo and live like a king. Inside here, all this room that you've got. Inside the cat condo. Rising up, back on the street. Just a kitty trying to survive. Edmund Tuxedo Cassavetes. Kung Fu Kitty. There's Linda. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. All right, we'll be on the road in just a minute. So coming up here very quickly, Martin Scorsese, the all-time best director in the universe, not the Marvel universe, but in all times, is coming out with Killers of the Flower Moon. So I am gonna be forced to go, not forced, but I'm gonna have to go out and buy a $25 Apple TV card, or I think it's just called an Apple Play, or no, Apple Store card, or an Apple card, a gift card from Apple. And then I'm gonna start watching it on my phone, which I'm sorry, David Lynch. I'm gonna have to do that for a little while. And then I'm going to go out, and I saw them for $20 on Facebook Market. You can buy the Apple TV box so that you can project it on your television. So I'm going to have to do that here coming up here because, well, Scorsese switched over to Apple TV Plus. And, it's the only way you're really going to be able to see it because I doubt they're going to put that puppy in Redbox anytime soon. So it'll cost me $25. I'll watch it on my phone for a little while, and then I'll probably look on YouTube Market and see if I can get it $20 or something like that. It's a little box. It's called an Apple TV device. What are you reading? War and Peace? Reading a great American novel?
Yes.
By who?
Tom Sawyer.
You should try me on fan fiction, baby. Fiction Press. I got self-published stuff. Plenty of stuff. You can read all day. So one of them was about how I escaped Maine. AKA escaped from, well, not escaped from New York. That was Carpenter, but you know what I mean. All right, here we go. Are you okay, sweetie? You were breathing.
I'm fine.
Okay, it's okay if I breathe too? Okay, because you're making a comment about it earlier. I know I need to be quiet. I understand. You smell it?
Yeah.
Clear alert, Logan Mazda 6, Aubrey, Texas. You know what clear alert means? You don't even want to know. It's not exactly a silver alert, let me put it that way. It means, be clear. Stand clear. Some kind of Mazda. Well, I don't know which one's worse. Silver alert, clear alert, amber alert. All those alerts.
I don't know where they got them from. Well, I'm not gonna be able to wait for you. I gotta for you to. But I gotta get this stuff in your car.
Today, this February 9, if it is February 9, 2023, I'll be listening to Slint, one of the great southern rock bands or alternative band. It's a band, Slint. Check them out. I don't know how far that went. Stayed on the car all the way. I drove all the way around about a block, and it was still on the car. Wow. It's got a good grip on the back of it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's that girl was talking.
If you just noticed at that moment that your phone went missing, at least check the top of the car, as in the top of the vehicle. There's probably 450 different names for that. So the top of the car, the top of the ceiling of the car, we can keep on going and going and going. Screenwriter looks at the film and says, what is this, a companion piece for the script? And then it goes the opposite way with the filmmaker. The filmmaker looks at the film and says, well, the script is the companion piece. Because you're not filming the script. I don't know, it's hard to describe. I don't know how William Shakespeare talked about it. He didn't just pass out the play and say, go home, here's the play, go read it. You had to see it live and action, and you had to see the whole thing. So it's debatable on what the companion piece is ever, A lot of times after they do the final draft, it's not like they hold the script in their lap and watch the movie. They might, but they'd have to do some touch-ups afterwards because it's not going to be completely exact, 100%, because it's no longer the script. After the writer writes it, it becomes the actors. After the director directs it, it becomes the actors. It's ultimately the actors. It's not called Marathon Cookie. It's called Joy Macaroon. It's off of Marathon. We're going to pick up your Joy Macaroon and drop it at your door. They're like $2 to $5 a cookie or something like that. They're made a special way. Some of them are actually $2.50 per cookie. So they get like 10 or 12 cookies and they pay a hefty price. But it's Joy Macaroons. I never had one, but I heard about them. Thought it was a robot car there for a second. Go pick up your cookies. All the President's Men, starring Robert Redford, a little guy named Dustin Hoffman. Two reporters exposing what Richard Nixon did. And some of the scenes took place in what's called a parking garage. The Deep Throat scenes. Deep Throat, I'm here to give you a message. So his nickname was Deep Throat. Two reporters, Washington Journal, another magazine, or another paper, two Washington, D.C. papers, exposed the crime of Richard Nixon for spying on the Democratic Party. He was a Quaker, and he sent out these men to, well, these espionage people to spy on his own, well, they weren't his own people, but they were Americans. You can't really spy on Americans if you're a commander-in-chief, if you're trying to, let's say, you know, get your way on, you know, like, I don't know, a campaign. It's not that important. But they were still campaigning. The Democratic Party was campaigning at that time. And Richard Nixon, if he would have known what they were doing. They have certain rules. It's like rules and regulations when it comes to campaigning. And one of the rules and regulations is you're not really supposed to spy on the other. Well, according to Richard Nixon's time. Nowadays with social media, that'd be pretty difficult. You're really not, I mean, when you're representing the government, there's a line between what they call church and state. And that line is a pretty serious line. And he was a Quaker. And they sometimes think, well, since I was a Quaker, then that means I get to spy on you. No, that's not necessarily true when it comes to campaigning. But they busted them. They reported. What they did was they investigated the entire Watergate scandal. And it's made many plays, many movies. And all the President's Men, the characters in it, well, you just have to watch it. They're played by the one and only Robert Redford, and Dustin Hoffman plays them. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing movie. Just like you're not supposed to take top secret documents home. And Hillary Clinton, you're not supposed to store it on your email. So in the movie with Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman, all the President's Men, they meet in a parking garage, these two reporters, and to get the information about what was happening with Richard Nixon and important stuff that would go into their articles and expose the commander-in-chief for being a crook, which, he said he wasn't. But... They may not have been behind it. They called him Tricky Dick. He may not have been. If you read Escape from Maine, there's a character named Mojo Nixon, just based on a musician. But he may not have. But someone had to take the fall. So why not a Quaker and president? So instead of really getting in trouble, he faced the country and he said, well, you know, as president, I'll go ahead and there's a code of conduct. I'll resign from that position. Can you imagine an actor facing the cast saying, because this would be impossible. They're just gonna get off the stage, you lazy. An actor would never resign. Reagan wouldn't have, but Richard Nixon just said, forget about it. Looks like a stage door, Broadway. Very well could be, with CGI going on. All right, here we go. Great. Sorry, I love this store, and I want to remember how I never have seen one before. The cookie tray thing is brilliant. What's the average price of the cookie?
$2.50.
That's $2.50 per cookie.
Yes.